T minus 60 seconds. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 5 Foot Viking Podcast, where we get to learn a beer and drink something new. Is that what it is? Where we get to drink a beer and learn something new. As you can tell, I have been pre-gaming just a little bit, and I'm jumping on late today. Once again, you guys. And if anybody has read the description of the podcast today, you guys totally understand where my head's at right now. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuning in for the first time, I appreciate you guys being here. If you're a longtime listener and watch and viewer, thank you guys so much for the support and being on here, even though I'm still kind of learning as I go and trying new things and stuff. But my name is Whit. I'm a professional musician. I just moved out here to Rancho Mirage, California. Enjoying putting the house together and the new place together. I have a new studio, and I don't know if you can see this, but behind me, I got to put some of my guitars up on the wall. I got some fun stuff happening here in the studio. The last couple of days, I have had I haven't had to do any homework, which has been amazing. I can't even tell you how amazing it is. But the whole time that I have not been doing a homework, I have been dreading starting school next week. So I'm literally, I have to jump on tonight. I have to figure out what books I have to get and all that good stuff. And once again, if you did read the description, I was struggling today once again with coming up here and because I kind of dropped the ball. I just really dropped the ball with a few things because I was focused on school and focused on this and focused on that. And kind of just got into a little bit of a rut, you know what I mean? And if any of you guys out there have experienced something like that, let me know in the comments. Let me know that I'm not the only person that has been, sometimes you kind of just get into this and you don't feel motivated. You don't know how to get motivated, and you start, I follow a lot of fun people on Instagram and fun people on and motivating people. I follow people like The Rock and some of these like really, really positive people that are and have great motivational things. And sometimes I read them and sometimes I just get really motivated by that. And sometimes I'm kind of just like, it's great to read, but there's no action involved afterwards. It's great to read. It makes you feel good, but I've been missing that action step. You know what I mean? And if anybody out there has felt that, I want to be motivated. I'm being motivated by the things I'm reading and the things I'm seeing and the people that are around me. I'm telling you, I have some amazing people around me that are just incredibly motivated and they're doing stuff and they're sticking to it. And man, I'm just looking up to their example. But for some reason, there was some disconnect between that and taking the step, taking that next step. And yesterday was a step for me. I've gained a few pounds over COVID, but I lost some weight last year. But I just kind of with school and with this and that. And I know those are all excuses because we all have the same amount of time in each day. But I stopped working out for a while, and when I changed my diet back to my old habits, I reverted back into some of that stuff. But I yesterday I took a step. I ate good. I actually I had a very very nutritious dinner and breakfast, and I worked out for the first time in months yesterday. And I'm really sore. I could be. It was difficult walking around today, but I took an action step, and I know it was the first step, and I but I'm proud of that. I'm proud of moving in that direction, and I'm hoping that this is a I can take more steps to get out of this rut, if that makes any sense. Let me jump into a few people they're jumping on here. I appreciate your my Mr. Schlitt. Good to have you here. How is living in Rancho Mirage? I'll tell you what, Mr. Schlitt, it is pretty incredible. I'm not gonna lie, man. I was thinking about because I love it so much. I really do. There's good and bad to everywhere that you live, or and there's positive, not good and bad, but I guess good and bad, but positives and negatives, pros and cons, right? Um, and living by the beach was amazing, but living out here is pretty special. The people that live out here, they're like beach mentality people, but you're in the desert. The drawback is it's really hot. That's true. But if it's everybody that I talked to says that it's really hot for 3 months. If you can get past those 3 months, the rest of the year is amazing. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the year. I know we moved right in time for the hot season. So I guess if we can get through this, we can get through anything, right? But I was somebody else asked me. They said, "How do you like it out there?" And I was like, I'm telling a lot of people that it's really nice out here. I think I should start telling everybody that it's crap, so nobody else moves out here. So don't get crazy traffic like LA. But but I can't do that. I gotta let people know the real deal. But Jessica Knight, how are you? She says, "Hi, Wit. You braided your beard. Looks better than the last time. Use Chegg or Amazon for textbooks." Ooh, I've been using Amazon, that's for sure. But sometimes though, the problem is some of my classes, the upper division ones, they want you to buy the online version with the online code and all that good stuff. So anything that I can get on Amazon, I absolutely do. But sometimes they stick it to you. But like I said in some previous podcasts, I got one more year, guys. I'm trying to gut up and just make it happen. I know I had 1 week off. I'm gonna enjoy this week. I know I gotta still get ready because I start school again. Start school again next week. But I'm gonna do like I said. Been having fun. I've been putting lights up and put some stuff up on the walls and enjoying the studio for a little bit. But getting back to it next week. Mr. Ed Namrock from the Ed Namrock Podcast. I miss your podcast, buddy. Please bring it back, man. I want to tune in. I want to check out some of the interesting stuff that you've been going over. I got something you can talk about. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna look and see the comment later on, or he's gonna text me something. Mr. Schlitz says he is. Oh, Angie, hey, how are you? Good to see you. Did I take that off? I think I did. There we go. Thanks for being here. And buddy Frank says, I'm proud of you. I too feel that way a lot. It's so very hard yet very simple to start. Absolutely. But yeah, just have to start. I'm gonna start again myself. Skull. Hey, you know what? Skull to you, my friend. That's pretty. It is, and the best of us fall into ruts, and you gotta figure out how to get out of it. Luckily, I'm surrounded by some great people. So, and my good friend Tony, how are you, sir? No more Captain Caveman. You know what? Almost. I've got the, not yet. I just braided it up for today. I wanted to try something. I'll tell you what, because I had, because I haven't been in school, I went, I went down the rabbit hole like 2 days ago, and I watched a whole season and a half of Vikings because I watched that a few years ago, but I only got up to like season 3. And then I stopped because I got busy doing other stuff. And I was like surfing through Amazon and I saw Vikings. And I'm like, you know what? I need to get back into this. So I got back into it. And like literally in one day, it was one of those days where I said, you know what? Fuck everybody. I'm sitting on the couch with a beer and some potato chips and I'm watching a full season of Vikings. And I'll tell you what, that was a fantastic day. I loved it, but can't do that every day or else, then you fall into the rut for way too long. But um, uh, Edgar jumps in. He's got something for us to talk about. He says, would you attend a rat infested educational facility? That I saw on Instagram or Facebook. That was rough. That was in if I'm not mistaken, that was in Montebello. Is that correct? Um, that was interesting. I mean, you probably have a lot more to say about this because if I'm not mistaken, I think you work in Montebello, but you also, I know that you work in the school districts, but with the school districts being shut down for a year, I wonder if more than just one of the facilities have been, not taken care of. That's probably a big issue when it comes to kids going back to school now. So and you know what, Edgar, dude, you gotta bring your podcast back, man. I miss it, bro. I miss it. I want to see it. Let's see. Oh, my dad's here. How are you, sir? Miss you, Dad. Tonight before you go to bed, leave a note on the mirror to take the same step. Consistency, little steps. Thank you, Dad, very much. Very much. Yeah, it's that consistency that I just got to keep going. Got to keep doing it. Keep doing some stuff. Alyssa, how are you? Love the beard braids. Thank you very much. I was gonna just blow dry it like I normally do because I have to blow dry this enormous crazy Viking beard. But but I got out and I got out of the shower and I was talking with my wife and I said, and I was looking, I said, I just want to do something crazy with my beard and my hair like all the time. And I pulled my beard like sideways and she goes, hey, let me braid that. And so she came up and just whoop, 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 just did it real quick, and I'm digging it. It's pretty neato, I think, if that's an acceptable word to use to describe that. And my wife says, watches Vikings once, and now here we are, braided beards. That's so true. That's so true. We, I mean, I've had a beard. I've had long beards before. This is my third ridiculous beard that I've had. I had one a little over 20 years ago that was more just the Fu Manchu, just a goatee, and it came straight down, looking like a paintbrush. I had that one for a couple of years, chopped that one off. Back in 2015, I think I had a pretty decent beard, but at the same time, I had short hair with that too. So this is the first time that I've had like a crazy beard, long hair. Like I'm going for it. I'm in it to win it with this. So, yeah, Alyssa, good advice, Dad. Yeah, absolutely. Very good advice. Ed says, it was Sure High School in Montebello. Yeah, I remember I saw that today. I think it was this morning that I saw that. That was an interesting story. And, I'll tell you what, man, I think maybe that's another thing that stopped me from being motivated was just, it seems like there's a lot of things in the world right now that are just taking up a lot of real estate in my head. And it's hard because I really want this podcast to not be about political events and current events and things like that. I really want to make this podcast more about something fun and something interesting and something that we can all learn. Maybe it's not up or out. Maybe I'm never going to become a sculptor, but I would love to talk with someone who is a professional sculptor because that's interesting. And it's something that we can learn. If I never go down that road, that's okay. But learning something about that is just that's kind of the purpose of this podcast is to do something like that. But I think maybe that has contributed to the rut that I've been in because every day when I wake up and I open up, the news or I open up Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, it's just, wow. it's pretty crazy out there, you guys. And, not to get too into political events or current events, I just want to tell everybody out there that if you guys are watching this, I love you guys. And and just take care of yourselves and take care of people that are around you and your families and your friends. And let them know that you love them. Let them know that you care about them, because it's a crazy, crazy world that we live in right now. So, with that being said, I just want to, how about everybody lift one up? Skull. Yeah, that'll work. But I did want to let you guys know that so I took a first step yesterday as far as working out, getting my blood flowing, eating something good, and not watching a full season of Vikings. I didn't watch a full season. I watched 2 episodes yesterday, though. That was pretty good. But I did take some action steps today too, which I'm excited about. I woke up this morning. I spoke with 5 people that I have been wanting to speak to. I've been wanting to speak to them for, I don't know what's been the disconnect, but 5 guests that I reached out to. And as soon as I reached out to them and I said, hey, this is my idea, this is kind of the direction I want to go, all of them said, absolutely, Whit, we'll make it happen. Let's look at the schedule and do this stuff. So I'm looking at starting next, God willing, next Tuesday. I will have a guest on here. I'll find out tomorrow, and I'll be posting tomorrow as far as but I got some cool stuff. I'm really, really looking forward to it. But let's see. We got a few more comments here. Angie says, I'm heading down your direction in 2 weeks. Maybe we can get together for a beer. That sounds like a great time. You definitely need to hit me up. Let me Jessica, you need a Viking helmet. You know what? That might be pretty good. I think we should. I think I kind of want to get a few Viking things to put on the wall in here. I don't know. I'm nothing has jumped out at me yet, but I have been thinking about some of that stuff. Let's see here. We got Elizabeth Saldana. I think this is Luis. I will always appreciate you. Can you please say happy birthday to my son Shelby in your high voice? I'm Luis the Split. I love how you gotta say who you are, but then you put where I would know you from. Luis, we met Luis back in. He was singing karaoke with us back in the day, and the coolest thing about his performance that he would come up and sing La Negra Tomasa and a couple others too, but he would come up and he would do the splits on the stage as he was singing. So he'd be singing and slowly go down into the splits on the stage. That was very unique, my friend, very unique, and definitely a big happy birthday to your son Shelby. I don't know about if I can do it in the high voice. Happy birthday! I don't know. That's probably the highest that you're going to get, but that's awesome that you're here. Thank you so much, my friend. Oh, I love this. And Frank says, "How about some Viking ink?" I got to double check on that first. Okay, so I mean, I can't really go directly into it, but you can see some of this right here on my arm. I've got some Greek stuff in there. My dad's side of the family, if I'm not mistaken, I know my mom has done so much genealogy with the family, and she knows kind of where everything goes. And dad's side of the family is Greek, goes back into the Spartans and that. And mom told me recently that her side of the family is from Scandinavia. So I'm kind of curious actually to take one of those the DNA tests, you know what I mean? What are they called? Ancestry.com or something, I'm just kind of curious to see what is going on with that. I mean, can you literally imagine how crazy would that be that I started a podcast called the 5 Foot Viking, mostly because it's just how I look and it's just kind of funny. And then next thing you know, I find out that I'm literally descendant from Vikings. It'd be pretty incredible. And if it'd be even funnier if I was like a descendant from, I don't know, like Argentina or something, like something completely opposite of where where I thought it was. But I'm kind of down to do that. Does anybody? And you know what? If any of you guys have done one of those, I think Edgar has done um, one of the ancestry.com things where you can find out kind of where your I don't know if it's not where your bloodline comes from or where your DNA comes from or where your because it comes from so many different places. So I'm kind of curious you guys' experiences with that. I don't know. I'm kind of down. But here's the thing. I'll tell you what, if I do take that test and I do find out that part of my DNA is from is Viking, I think I'll probably get something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. um let's see. Tony says, if you don't get out of your rut, I'm bringing a whistle to all your gigs. If you bring a whistle to all my gigs, every time you do the whistle, I'm just going to take a drink, dude. That's not going to help. It's not going to help me get to my next level. But, Ramon Michel, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Loincloth. Yeah, that's going down. That's going to have to happen. I think now that you put it out there, dude, that's a necessity for next week. Oh, my good friend Javi, how are you, buddy? Christina and I watching. Got to swim. Yes, indeed. I love jumping in the pool, man. I love it every time you get a chance to come out and see us, man. You're just it's always good to be surrounded by good people like that. Let's see. Oh yeah, got to swim it off poolside. Yes, indeed. Craig Kyle, brother, miss you, love you. Hope you're doing well, and thanks for jumping on here, man. Social member. Oh, I love this, man. We got some great people up here. Lots of people chiming in. Odin calls to you. Yes, that especially with this beard and this hair. You know what's funny? I was looking at just a picture just from a few months ago, and I think my hair has grown like 4 inches. It's getting it's coming down, bro. It's definitely coming down. Marlene says, I'm a super mutt. A little bit of everything. I think you should, when she gets her DNA test, it's literally just going to be the whole world is going to be up on there. And John, buddy, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Tone, bro, good to see you. Let's see. I got this. Yeah, there we go. Need to drink better beer. Do you need some? You know what, bro? On the real, I do. I do need some. And the reason why I've been kind of just kicking it with the Dos Equis lately is because we when we moved out here, we had the house that we're renting has a refrigerator. So our refrigerator turned into the patio refrigerator, and everybody knows what the patio refrigerator is. That's where you keep all the beer. So it was like probably one of the greatest moments of my life to actually stock that thing. So now I've just got a bunch of Buena Vezas, a bunch of Dos Equis, some ciders, some this, put a bunch of sodas in there. And it was nice to be able to have that out there and not have to go buy beer, every week. Now I can have it stocked out there for a while and hang out. But you're absolutely right. I do need to step up the beer. And I want to throw this out to you guys, whoever's watching. I have found a couple different sites that have like Viking facts, like facts about Vikings from back in the day, things that they did in their lives, things that they wore, tools that they used, things like that. And I'm thinking about starting a segment on the podcast called Viking Facts or something about Vikings or, hey, if this podcast is called The 5 Foot Viking, might as well learn something about Vikings every time, right? Even just one fact every podcast, learn something little tidbit of knowledge. I think it should be kind of fun, but I think I'm going to jump into something like that. But I love that I got so many people jumping on. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. My good friend Frank, how are you, buddy, man? Good to see you here. Thanks for jumping on and taking the time out of your day. Dad says, do it and then open it on the 5-foot Viking. Oh, okay. So I'm thinking Dad's probably talking about the ancestry thing. Talk to Mom; she knows all about it and has her degree in genealogy research. Possible guest. That would be, that would be interesting. Find out how to navigate all of that and figure out where everybody's from, right? And how, and because I don't know, maybe we're just because Mom is so interested in it. I know about it because Mom has always researched it, so we always kind of know all this stuff. But any other listeners out there, do you guys know your whole heritage and like where your family comes from, and can you date it back generations and generations and stuff? I'm kind of curious, maybe if you guys have an idea of that in your personal life, or maybe a story of that in your personal life. That'd be really interesting to know as well. Um, Jessica, you need a quarantine haircut, Wit. Yeah, or I just need a really good braid. I'm thinking I want to do some braids with this. This is looking pretty crazy. Um, Tony, to be serious, your wife should be all the motivation you need. She is all the motivation. That's very true. She is. She's a rock star. She's probably one of the most dedicated, relentless people I've met. She's amazing. She's a rock star. She's definitely more of a rock star than I am, and I look up to her example, and daily. That's you could take that to the bank. That's for real. I look up to her a lot with the things that she does in life, and her attitude and her drive is fucking impressive. It's very, very cool. Uh, my good friend David, new setup looks good. Thank you, brother. I'm digging it. It's getting there, man. I've got some lights up. I got the guitars. Probably gonna put up some stuff on the wall. Um, uh, Alan says the Viking rocks, but go Rams. Well, it's funny because I am the 5-foot Viking, but I'm a Chicago Bears fan, so I'm go Dub Bears, Dub Bears. Luis says maybe you're Mexican. It's very true. I like that. My dad says Viking fact of the week. Yeah, I like that. I think that's a good idea, and I'm gonna jump into that. I think that should be pretty cool. Um, my sister Shivani, she says, what was it called? A Flowbee, the vacuum haircut machine? Oh my gosh. That's not going down. Yeah, 100% that's not going down. I didn't spend, what is this, maybe 2 years of growing this out? Something like about 2 years of growing my hair out to Flowbee it. I'm not, and if I do Flowbee it, I promise, sister, I will do it on the 5-foot Viking podcast. So, yeah, I do have some great ideas moving forward, and some great guests that I reached out to today. So, um, with that, when I was writing out the description for this podcast, I was kind of thinking, what should I talk about? I was thinking, once again, I like I said, I've been stuck in this rut, and stuck in this rut to the point where I'm like, I don't know what to talk about. Do people even want to be on here? Do people even want to interact like this? Because I sometimes it's maybe a limiting belief that I have, that if I don't have something of substance to talk about, or an itinerary or bullet points or something like that, then nobody's going to want to jump on here. And I think that's just something in my head, and that's really something that has stopped me from that's what's kept me in the rut. Was that I got into a rut by not following through on a few things, and spreading myself thin. And then it's that belief that nobody's going to want to pay attention unless I'm completely organized. And I think that I just proved today and last week that we can still make something happen. We can still have a great conversation. We can still interact and have some fun and connect, even though I I literally have nothing in front of me. And last week and this week, I'm just so terrified before I go live. I'm sitting here, and some of my good friends are reaching out to me, texting and messaging me saying, "Hey, are you going live? What's going on? We're waiting for you." And I'm not even lying to you. I'm sitting right here, uh, with my beer, typing something out, waiting to go live, just waiting because I don't know what I'm going to say. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. And that's like that's the barrier. That's the fucking barrier that stops me from moving forward. So I'll be honest with you. I'm really proud of myself for just clicking go live. Instead of taking a picture of myself and posting it saying, see you guys next week. I feel like I connected with a lot of you guys tonight. And even though we didn't have an itinerary and we didn't have, a fun guest to learn about something new, I still feel like there's substance here. And, and to me, that means a lot. So for everybody that jumped on it, I appreciate you guys. I really do. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate your interaction. And, just you guys being here and connecting and commenting and liking and doing everything that you do is kind of giving me the motivation to keep at it, to get out of this rut, to try something new, to keep moving forward and bring it to another level. Because I started off really, really good and I kept moving forward and then, got into a little bit of a rut, and it's okay. We all get into them, right? And so, but it's that, getting out of it. I think that's the part where we learn something about ourselves. We learn something about the people around us. And, I'm excited. This is a good podcast. So Skull. A few more people. My good friend David. Maybe I'll have Jess braid my beard like that. I think you should, bro. And then I think we should go have a photo shoot. I'm just kidding. Jeff, good friend. Jeff Bedoin. Who wins in a fight? 5-foot Viking or Captain Caveman? Ooh, probably Captain Caveman, because the 5-foot Viking is a lover. I'm a hugger. I love people. So Captain Caveman, he'll definitely win, not me. Emily, hey, how are you? Miss you. I miss seeing you guys on the weekly. Thanks for jumping on here. I appreciate it. Hope to see you guys soon. Lisa Camacho, always getting a tattoo every time the 5-foot Viking is on. I appreciate you being here, and I want to see when the tattoo is all finished. I want to see that full sleeve. I think it's going to be awesome. Carolyn, how are you? You can talk about anything, and it would be interesting. Miss you too, very much. I hope you can make it out, and we can hang out one of these days. I know that now I live super far, but I've been using your VCR DVD player that you gave me to transfer stuff over, and I've got some more stuff I have to transfer over lately. So you just reminded me that I need to jump into that. I love this. Alyssa, she says, I'm in a little rut. I thought you might have some words of wisdom. Laugh out loud. It's so funny because sometimes we all don't know, what everybody else is going through, especially nowadays. It's pretty nuts out there, and everyone's got a lot of tension, and there's stuff in the world is crazy, and you have no idea what people are going through in their personal lives. And it might look fantastic on Instagram and Facebook about how, oh, we're doing this and doing that and life is great. And then they come home and they're, crying themselves to sleep because of something that's going on in their lives. And, we all don't really know that. So, to be honest, on this podcast, I really just try to be that 100% honest. I just try to be 100% honest about everything that's going on. And sometimes, I mean, hey, I'm in a rut. I've been in a rut, and man, it's been difficult to get out of this thing. But I made some steps yesterday. I made some steps today, and fucking shit, I'm going to make some steps tomorrow. So, if I can be, a small bit of an example to anybody out there, that's badass, right? I mean, we can all get through some shit as long as you just keep some good people around you and heed the counsel of mentors and people that you look up to. That's what it's all about. People that you love, people that love you, people that care about you, and people that you care about. just really enjoy surrounding myself with that environment. So, amen to that. Yes, Lisa. Amen to that. Carolyn, laugh out loud. You've got more play with that DVD player than I ever did. Yeah, the DVD VCR. I have like 16 VHS tapes from when I was a kid, and it's I had to do so much stuff to figure out how to transfer everything into like I'm trying to get it all to digital, because I'm telling you, I might have to have a whole podcast showing you guys what a dork I was in like 5th grade to 8th grade. And I'm not even exaggerating in the least bit. I was in like choir. I had a weird hair. I had a mullet. Yes, I did. I had a mullet because it was really cool when I was in 7th grade. And and then what else? What else can I embarrass myself with and be honest about? We'll have to wait until that podcast. But it's funny because I was going over some of those videos and I'm like, man, those were the days. Those were the days when luckily there wasn't a whole lot of video cameras around. There was just a couple, especially when I had like my choir debut and all that stuff. But yeah, that's good stuff. Luis chimes in again. He says, now you motivated me. Now I want to play keys with Steel Rod. Respect to Eric Mondragon. Let's do this shit. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. I love my dad he says, I'm being quiet. Yes, you are, because he's got a lot to say. Hey, Carmen, good to see you on here. Thanks for being here. And Jim, thank you. Skull, appreciate you guys being here. My wife says, and this is great. She says, what Andy says on the last episode of The Office, love it. And I wish I could pull that up right now and say exactly what he says. But I think he said something about, I wish there was a way to know that you're in the good old days before you leave the good old days. Something to that effect. Yeah, absolutely. Oh no, Emily. Okay, maybe Emily doesn't know this about me, but I'm not a very good reader. So when you write a periodical, it's difficult for me to keep up, but I'm going to do my best. Do you have a mantra for yourself when you get in a rut? Mine is prepare for the good to come. Makes me instantly feel motivated to set my life, to set my life and mind up for the better parts of the day. Also bring back the mullet. That's awesome. You know what? I love that. The mantra. I love that. Prepare for the good to come. That's a good one. I like that. To be honest, I don't think I have one. I think one thing that I learned from Kathy Groover, who was one of my first guests on the 5-Foot Viking, we had a whole thing on meditation, and she had a really good one that said, a way to meditate even while you're driving, even when you're just in a bad moment. And I try to use this, and sometimes I forget, but it does. Now that you bring this up, it comes to mind. And she says even small things like you can just say, when you breathe in, you say I am, and you breathe out and you say at peace. I am at peace. I am at peace. And that was something that I learned from her. But I love that, Emily. That's great. Alex, brother, damn. See, I told you I need to work out, dude. These arms, they shrunk. Because you have always been real, the result is the support you see in front of you tonight. My bro, Skull. Skull to you, my friend. Thank you. And Lisa also says, I also vote for the mullet. I shouldn't have said that. You know what? I'm just going to have to bring up that picture and I'll show you guys a picture of the mullet. I'm not bringing the mullet back. That's not happening. I didn't spend all this time growing this hair out so I can be a full on rock star with long hair. I'm really going for that Zach Wild look that, I'm going to grow the beard long, got the hair long. Now I just need to get the talent. And then next thing you know, straight up rock star right here. So, and my wife says, no mullet. I have my limits. That's awesome. You know what? She sure does. Yeah. I think it, yeah, I, I got to respect that one. That's great. All right, you guys, you know what? I'm feeling really confident about this one. I'm really happy that I was able to connect with you guys, and I'm really glad that I jumped on. I'm glad that I got past that barrier that stopped me, and I'm really looking forward to. Lisa says, "Ha ha ha." Sorry, Marlene. That's good times. But I'm excited that I jumped on here, and I'm excited that I was been taking steps, and I'm going to continue to take some steps because I got a lot of cool stuff that is coming up, and I got a lot of cool stuff that's inside of me that I want to manifest. I want to manifest the 5 foot Viking to another level, and I'm super excited for it. So uh, all of your guys' help and your encouragement and your interaction. You guys are just amazing, and I appreciate all of you guys jumping on here. Um, couple last minute comments. I love this. My wife, she says, seeing the interaction between everybody here is so cool, and it really is. That's something that's I'm just really grateful that we're able to do this. Um, Oh, Chris Roner, how are you, buddy? Man, good to see you, bro. Hope you're doing well. Yo, Whit, hoping you're all settled in the new pad, brother. Question: in the market for a new base and have a narrowed down to a Spectre Euro 4 or Ernie Ball Stingray. Ooh. Thoughts. What's your current go-to? That's a great question, man. Thank you. You know what? Okay, I've played both of those bases, the Spectre and the Ernie Ball, and I love them both. I do. I love them both. They're great bases. I gotta go. I think I gotta lean a little bit more towards the Spectre, just because I feel like it's a little bit more versatile. And and I played Kevin. Kevin has a few of them. I actually put a bunch of dents in his by accident, but it was, hey, what are you gonna do? So, but he got a brand new bass, and I put a dent in it. Like when we were on stage rocking out, I was like, "My bad, bro. Okay, so see you at the next one." But he. So I played his a few times, and I played Ernie Ball Stingrays a few times, and they're both great basses, and they're both great for depending on what genre you're playing. But I think the Spectre is a little bit more versatile, just a little bit, and it also depends on what kind of pickups you're jumping in there. You know that too. So, but for me personally, the feel of that bass I dig that a little bit more. But my current go-to right now is I've been playing a lot of ESP. ESP, they have this LTD. I think it's called the 87 or 85 or something like that. It's like it has a P pickup and a jazz pickup, and I have a white one. I'm getting a black one, and I might be getting a sea foam green one too. They're they're kicking ass with their shit. I've been digging their stuff, and then but it also depends on your rig as well. I've been going with a GK. I'm using a GK Fusion 800 head with a 410 cabinet, and that's my go-to. That's been killing it for me. So that's a great question. That's awesome. Thanks, man. And hey, man, let me know what you get. I'm curious what you get. I'm curious how you like it. Send me a picture too. I wanna check that out. So yeah, okay. So with that being said, guys, I want to keep this one a little bit short. I wanted to keep it short, but this is we're already at like 45 minutes. It's pretty awesome that we were able to hang out and chat so much and interact. So once again, thank you guys so much for tuning into the 5 Foot Viking podcast, where we get to drink a beer and learn something new. I'm actually gonna open up another one so I can skull with everybody, but. Stay tuned. Tomorrow, I'm going to be posting. Hopefully, I'll be able to have all the details for next week's podcast. But next week will also be on Tuesday at 7:00. I'll let you guys know the details as far as the guest and what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. So stay tuned to that. Definitely check out the Instagram, the Facebook, the YouTube, all the good stuff. All the support you guys give is pretty amazing. So I appreciate all of you guys, and you guys take care of yourselves this week. Try to try to do your best to bring the tempers down, because there's a lot going on in the world. Be good to each other, and Skol. And I think this is how you end it.